In order, please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
under God,
indivisible,
with
liberty and justice for all.
All right. Angela, do we have any minutes from our previous meeting by any chance?
The last time we met was March of 2020. So I'm sure those meetings have been filed at Town Hall for a year.
Okay.
March, let's see, hold on.
Sorry.
March 2nd, 2020 were the last time we met in person.
Officially. Okay. All right. We're going to move on then. Is there any public comment? Is there any public comment? Last time, any public comment? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to correspondence. Item number 5. Angela, do we have anything?
I have nothing.
All right. Moving on, hearing none. Fire police captain's comments. Item number 6. Captain Cook, you're on here somewhere.
Yes, sir. First of all, good evening, chiefs and Madam First Selectwoman. And congratulations to the new FD4. I can't tell if he's on or not, but
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you.
Wish him congratulations. As routinely, I've met with the captains of both houses, Great Hill and Citizens, and we go over requests and things. And there was 2 requests. One had to do with some rain apparel. One had to do with some batteries. I took care of both of those incidences. I also discussed with the captains to enforce their radio protocol, especially with the new radios, and with the COVID protocol, going to calls and stuff like that. We've been covering all calls, and some of us from the Citizens Fire Police are going to be covering some Great Hill calls, major calls, because they have some their fire police that, because of COVID, are not attending all the calls. So we're trying to cover both sides of town right now. And other than that, that's about all I have.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, unfinished business. Radio upgrades. I had put that on. So as far as unfinished business goes, we're just going to go with what's in front of us right now. The radio upgrades are done in both houses. All the chief's vehicles, all the apparatus, the fire police, everybody's been given their portable radios. All mobile radios are put in. So, obviously, as we are doing calls, if there's any type of issues with the radios, please let myself, Deputy Chief Edwards, or Tommy know. If there's something that needs to be reprogrammed or something you guys see wrong, let us know. I had sent an email out just in regards to the portable radios themselves. To obviously, I don't want firefighters to get in the habit of just holding those in their hands. Please make sure that those portable radios are in their jacket or on a radio strap. Those portables are about $6,000 a piece. So we want to maintain those for quite a while. So has anybody had any issues with them? Everything's pretty good. Everybody's good. Chris, you have anything on that?
Yeah, just real quick, the only thing that we ran into, Mike, I talked to you about was Rescue 17's portables.
Yes.
Sorry, it takes me a while to talk.
That's all right. Take your time.
Which I am working on when I got sick, so I haven't done anything with that since. I have talked to Commissioner Amy, who's in charge of the finances, and there is money there to fix it.
Okay.
Just real quick, so everyone knows it's my mess up. I proofread my engraving list about 7 times, and I still missed something, along with Norcom, but it's on my shoulders. The portables for Rescue 17 are engraved T17, not R17. Not a real big deal, but they were willing to meet me a little bit in the middle of the road. So we would be on the hook for about $90 a radio to recase them and re-engrave them. I do have the quote. I did not send it out yet, but I will send it out and get that issue rectified. Other than that, like Mike said, everything's up, everything's running. I have been watching my identifier as much as I can. Everything seems to be identified right. I haven't caught anything, and they sound great. But other than that, and my little hiccup, everything went smooth as it could be.
Yeah, Chris, if you have that as a quote, we can just add that to the Rex tonight.
I do. I could forward it to you if I have it in here somewhere.
Sounds good. Is there any other, hold on, let me get back there. Is there any other unfinished business? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on. New business, COVID vaccinations. So really quick, and I just received a couple emails right before the meeting started. So I'm hoping Tommy can comment on this as well. So I got I've been getting, I know myself, Chief Van Wert, Quinn, and I'm sure Chris has been getting a lot of emails and questions in regards to the COVID vaccination, and how come, they see on Facebook, different firehouses in the Valley already getting them. A lot of that has to do with what they call the R1 license for medical. So the Seymour Fire Department, we do not first respond as far as EMS goes. So that puts us in a totally different category, which is the second phase, or 1B is what they're calling it now. Once they are done with the first phase, we would move into our phase for vaccinations. I know Tommy just got an email from Jess from the Board of Health. One rumor I just want to put to an end is the Seymour Fire Department is not mandating that vaccination. Anybody who wants it can get it, but we are not mandating it. So the way it's going to work is, we are going to put a big list together. There's going to be a clinic that is going to be held at the community center, and we will be scheduling firefighters that want to go. Tom, do you want to, just from the email you just got, want to jump in?
Yeah, thank you, Chief. Yes, good evening, everyone. About 20 after 6, we received an update from Jess because there's been a lot of misinformation from the state and from different agencies interpreting. If we are not part of first responders that handle medical calls, it means fire does not, police does not, then we are considered in the 1B category. That 1B category is still being tossed about on timeframes. Is it going to happen the end of March? Is it going to happen in April? She was very specific in the emails and details that we shared in our meetings we had last week with her before the holidays started, in the fines and stuff, because there's a lot of issues. We have designated the town of Seymour, Chris Pelosi, who is the HR director, who will handle the representation on doing the paperwork. All we have to do is provide, at the time when we're asked, our individual emails, with our name for contact with individual emails. He will upload it into the system when we go from there. But that will take care of our point of contact for the town. So we need to get out to our membership now to start thinking about it. Would you like to have it, or are you hesitant? Do you want to hold for this time? That's all. It was a preliminary heads up. As the chief said, we're fortunate. We set up a stand-up vaccination setup for the whole area at the community center. And once North Valley Health receives the amount of vaccines that they will be coming in, they will continue with the 1A process, and then it'll open up to the 1B later. So again, I know there's a lot of questions. The chiefs have been handling it. We have been trying on the backside to give them as much information as it comes to us. Hopefully, the chief, that's what you wanted me to reiterate.
Yep. And then after we get off this meeting, I'll be sending out the link that Jess sent me. I'll send it to both captains if they can email that out to the membership. And then, if anybody, again, if anybody has any questions, and this is a whole new world for us as well, if anybody has any questions, feel free to contact me. Like I said, I know a lot of firefighters have reached out to all the chiefs with questions, and we're trying to field them as best we can. We're not withholding any information or anything like that. We're getting information faster than we can get it out, and it's rapidly changing. But once that phase kicks in, I would imagine that it's going to go pretty quickly.
Chief, with your permission, I mean, I think it'd be a good idea if we send that memo out to the membership. That way they have a little better understanding of how this is working. Because
Yep,
I read about half of the email. It's very informative, Tommy. So thank you for the follow-up on that, because that'll definitely help us out. So
yeah, I'm going to send it to both captains. I don't have everybody's membership list, so I'll send it to both captains. They can distribute it to the memberships. So
perfect.
Any questions that I can try to answer on the COVID vaccinations that anybody have? Okay. Moving on, item B, budget 2021. I put together the budget for 2021. We did have a budget workshop to talk about the mock budget. So the mock-up of the budget needs to be turned in. It was already turned in. And I want to say February 24th is when I need to have the budget into the Board of Finance. This week, I'll be sitting in on a budget hearing, if you will. Is that the official title of it, Anne Marie? A budget hearing with some of the department heads to go over the budget. So, this year's budget, I know a lot of you were in the workshop, and I did email it out to everybody. If no one got a copy of it, please let me know, and I'll get it out to you. But we came in well under 5% of where we need to be, and you can see on our budget that a lot of the stuff that we're requesting this year is all to replace older equipment or upgrade equipment, such as our ropes and some of our extrication equipment. So there's not a whole lot of fluff or room, but we will definitely make it work. So. Any questions for me as far as the budget goes? So 2 things on the budget that we're going to be working on is one thing that we're going to look at is, on the budget itself, there's a line item called building improvements. We're also going to have something that we're going to try to put into effect called building capital improvements. So building improvements is our day-to-day operations as far as if the furnace stopped working or a water heater went in one of the firehouses. By having a capital plan, it's actually capital planning. So if Great Hill needs new windows, how much is that going to cost in a year? So it's big spending items. The other thing that we're going to look into doing is putting funds away for apparatus replacement. I don't know a dollar amount that we're going to use just yet, but we have not done this in the past, and I think this is a big thing for the department in the future. It makes it a little easier in the future when we go to the town and say, hey, we need a piece of apparatus. If we have some money already stored away, it's going to be helpful. So those are 2 big items that I'm pretty excited about this year. Any other questions on budget? Everybody's good? Okay. Training. So training this year has been pretty damn difficult with the firehouses being closed. I found some different things around as far as training goes, online training. A lot of people have come to me and said, what about Zooms? It's pretty difficult. We are a pretty vast department as far as age goes. So I still have members that have flip phones. So to have, one of our older members, and this is not knocking them by any means, to log into a Zoom and do testing and stuff like that, it's very difficult. I know Captain Rollinson has been really good with his Wednesday emails as far as having links to different training seminars. I did forward him and the other Quinn, I think I forwarded it to you, some training coming up by Dan Gordon that is actually going to be free online, and I believe it's unlimited. So we should jump on that. Hopefully, as the numbers keep going down, once the houses are back open, we'll be getting back to training. As far as training goes, some of the biggest principles that we need to take care of are obviously our mandatory yearly training. we want to get those done and out of the way with. I had a conversation with Chief Levy in regard to some training ideas. So we're definitely working on some stuff. Thing I ask is just be patient with us. Not having the houses open makes it pretty difficult to get that done. We're not lacking on it, but we definitely are going to try and find a way to get more stuff done. Once the houses are open, we're going to be in a much better boat. So that's all I have on training. Does anybody else have anything on training? Okay. Dave, safety and physicals, where did you go?
I'm here. Safety, not really anything much to talk about it. The safety meeting that I did sit in on this past week was basically on the COVID vaccine. As far as physicals, I'm in the process of trying to update the list that I made last year that got abruptly stopped because of COVID. As of right now, Griffin Occupational Health is still accepting people to do physicals. Just like it was a couple months ago, you'll get temperature checks, you'll get, questionnaires that I think we all know the questions are: have you been exposed? Have you been out of the state? Yada, yada, yada. But I have not gotten anything that states they're not accepting people for physicals. But having said that, I know myself and Chief Lombardi have told members that if they don't feel comfortable doing their physicals because they have to sit in a waiting room for whatever reason, or go into basically a hospital setting, that they can hold off for now. The one caveat to that is when you do go for a physical, if you're currently interior, they will not do the spirometer test or the blowing into the tube test for obvious reasons, because it's a machine, you're exhaling into the machine, and even if you clean the machine and pull, change the adapter, there's still a chance of droplets being in there and everything like that. But that's realistically it. Any new members that come in for a physical, they're going to be exterior until you can actually do a spirometer test, which they don't know when that's going to happen because of the rise in numbers. But it's basically it for physicals. They're still doing them. I just have to come up with a current list for this year of who needs it when and et cetera.
Okay. Is that it, Dave?
That's it.
No meeting.
Just to go back to training really quick, one thing I forgot to bring up is the Seymour Fire Department currently has 5 firefighters enrolled in the current firefighter 1 class. I want to say it's 2 from Citizens and 3 from Great Hill. So if any of those gentlemen need assistance, any of our instructors in the room, please assist them. David, special operations, anything?
No. Rehab 20 is still there. The boats are still there. I know the motor's out of service on one of the boats. But RIT training has kind of come to a screeching halt because of COVID. But other than that, I'm trying to work on stuff to do online for like RIT and everything, because I know members have expressed a lot of interest in keeping that up somehow, some way. So I'm still working on stuff like that. But other than that, special operations, status quo.
Thanks. Juniors report. Tommy or Lieutenant Hannon, anything? I know we haven't been having juniors, but anything on the horizons? Besides, I know they want to have drills.
I'll go first, and John, fill me in what I may have missed, everybody. When we shut down and school was shut down, going back to the old original rules, when there's no school, theoretically and physically, then there was no junior program. But with COVID, we shut everything down. I'll feel comfortable going back with juniors after we waited the last time for 2 or 3 weeks after the regular department goes back to training before we bring the juniors back online, because the few advisors we now have, because everybody's been tasked with so much, I wanted to get everybody back in sync. And John, you can speak to that again too.
Yeah, the way we did it last time, everybody worked out really well. The initial level of restrictions were lifted for us, and we were back to the firehouse. It makes sense for us to get a couple of weeks, 3 weeks or so under our belt as the adult firefighters. get back into our rhythm before we start inviting the junior back in. I know, I run their Facebook page, and I know they are all eager to get back. I think we're all eager to get back regardless of our age or our position, but they ask quite frequently, as soon as we can get them some information, we'll get back. But, let's say if we go back at some point in February, I would think 2 to 3 weeks after we're back and settled in, if everything still looks okay, it'd be time to bring them back. And then from there, we can figure out when we want to put them back into the rotation, actually going to calls.
Absolutely. I know both Director Amy and Lieutenant Hannon, when we did get going again, I talked to you guys in regards to rotating houses once a month. So they would be at Great Hill one Tuesday a month, Citizens one Wednesday a month, and then 2 Thursdays they'd have the regular drills. So that's something that's still definitely on the table, but obviously we just need to reevaluate that as we get going again. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Correct.
okay, anything else on juniors?
We're
I've
good.
got
Okay. Company events for January. I don't think we have any. Captains, Jeff? I think I see you on here. Anybody got anything?
I don't think there's anything for Great Hill.
Yeah, we've got nothing.
Okay. Captain's comments. Mr. Rollinson, I'll start with you. Do you have anything?
Nothing that I haven't spoken to you guys about over the past couple months. I mean, nothing new that's come up. We've all kind of kept everyone in the loop about what's going on. So I have nothing new to add.
Okay. Jeff, do you have anything?
No, nothing to add.
Okay. All right. Chief's comments. Quinn, we'll start with you.
All right. Well, for starters, I just want to say, I'm really looking forward to working with you gentlemen at this capacity. I know we'll have some fun together. We'll get a lot of things done. I'm sure we'll agree to disagree, but at the end of the day, we'll make sure the Seymour Fire Department is in good working order. Other than that, I just want to say once, maybe Chris gets better, maybe we can have a little talk with each other about assignments and, whatever you guys feel that you need me to accomplish and get done, just, task me with it. I'm available. I'm here. I'm ready to start helping you guys out. So that's about it. So that's about.
All right. Chief Van
Wayne,
Wert.
you could have maintenance.
No, you're really skilled at that, Chief.
Oh, thanks.
Chief Van Wert, you have anything?
No, just congratulations again to Quinn for getting voted into the FD4 position. He's so good at it that even on his only 4th day, he patrolled the highway, came upon a motor vehicle accident and called it in. So got to break him off a little bit on that because literally he was on scene, and kind of funny because he felt like he was patrolling the highway or something. On a quirkier note, it's actually good to see the Explorer actually moving again and not sitting in the back of the firehouse. It's kind of weird passing it on Derby Avenue today. I was like, wait a minute. But other than that, look forward to working with you, Quinn. I know you and I had a good rapport. You as captain, me as assistant chief. So hopefully we can still carry that on and, keep what we got to do.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Deputy Chief Edwards.
I'm good. Congratulations, Quinn. And thanks everybody for covering me these past 2 weeks. Hoping to be back by Monday. So John, you're safe for another few days.
It's an enjoyable ride. I'll make sure my other vehicle is ready to go. Thank you.
Do I have Chris?
Yeah, that's it, Mike.
You
I
got
can't talk for too long or I lose my breath.
All right, let's not have that. The only thing I got is obviously Quinn, congratulations. We've talked on the side and very positive things coming out of there, and really look forward to working with you, and you're going to be a great asset to the board. So we're definitely going to accomplish a lot of things together.
Thanks, Chief.
I'm really hoping for another good year. I can't really say another good year because I'm not sure if 2020 was a good year. But 2020 was definitely difficult, and hopefully we're making the strides in the right direction for 2021. A lot of the stuff that's been going on, I know you see the emails I send, and it's definitely not us. A lot of the things that are coming out, our hands are tied, and we're kind of at the pace of the monster as far as the pandemic goes. As I said before, things are always constantly rapidly changing. So one day I may send you an email with some information. The following day may be totally different. The vaccinations, again, I've had a lot of members ask me when I think that's going to be. As soon as that vaccination is open for the Seymour Fire Department, phones will be ringing, emails will be going off. We're going to work to get everybody registered. One thing, that I found out at the safety meeting earlier in the week, last week, I should say, was in regards to the vaccinations being to one address. So that's why Emergency Management Director Amy had said Chris Pelosi's working with that. So the Seymour Fire Department falls under 1 First Street. So, you can only have one address designated for vaccinations. So the ball is there. We are getting it rolling. We're getting the paperwork going. And again, once we are ready to go with that, we will definitely get it going. As far as any member who, I know we have a lot of guys who work for like AMR, other departments that do have an R1, if they are able to get their vaccinations through other departments or AMR or Hunter or any ambulance service like that, obviously get that, that'll definitely help. So that's all I really have. It's been a while since we've had a real town meeting. I know we've had some staff meetings. So I did schedule meetings till the end of the year. One thing that Rory did tell me last week is as far as us still being on Zoom meetings, we may have to change some dates. The town only has 2 Zoom licenses. Is that correct, Emery? 2 or 3? So if there's other meetings already scheduled, we may just have to move our meetings to a Thursday and have a special meeting. And obviously, if there's a holiday on a Monday, it would fall on a Thursday. So just so everybody's aware of that. Obviously, I would send an email out, give everybody notice ahead of time. I know everybody's time is precious. So, I want to really thank the officers, captains, lieutenants. I know I've been bombarding you with emails and you guys getting the emails out in a timely fashion. I just really appreciate that. And it's been difficult. And, the chiefs, and I'm sure the other chiefs would agree, everything has changed in our world, going to the firehouse for a Tuesday night or going to the firehouse for a Wednesday night. Obviously, that's not happening right now. But, we are keeping everybody safe. We had to change our running rules a little bit as far as how many firefighters could be on a truck, wearing masks, social distancing. And it's a big culture shock. So I want to, just give a big thanks to the officers and the membership in both houses for kind of riding that wave with us. Okay. Let's see, where are we? Give me 1 second, guys. One thing that we skipped, we can just go back, is the Quartermaster's Report. So Dave, do you want to talk to everybody about your plans for the future of not doing that?
Well, not so much not doing it. As everybody knows, the quartermaster position is supposed to be a standalone position. I was appointed to it before I became an assistant chief. I carried it on when I became an assistant chief just because, let's be honest, there's not people beating down the door to be a quartermaster. But as I mentioned to Chief Lombardi and and Chief Edwards and stuff like that, is the natural progression is I'd like to start learning how to do other stuff as an assistant chief besides quartermaster. Obviously, medicals and physicals, they kind of work themselves out. I create a list. I tell people, go get your physical. I get an email from Griffin Occupational Health says your interior, exterior, I let you know, and that moves on, and I keep a file upstairs in the office. I'll openly admit there's really not a lot of paperwork trail or difficulty in that. I mean, most of the grunt work is done by Griffin Occupational Health. I just create a list and tell members you have to go by this date. And as far as the quartermaster, that's kind of runs itself. I mean, all the officers have access to the quartermaster cat closet. When I need stuff, I let Chief Lombardi know. It gets purchased, and then it gets put into the quartermaster closet. Right now, there's a lot of the masks and stuff like that in it, but basically, I'm not saying I want to give it up. I'm just saying it's time for somebody outside of the chief to take it back over. Because again, it was originally a standalone position, and I just continued doing it as I became an assistant chief. So that's kind of where I'm at now, is open it back up to the membership, see if somebody wants to take it over as a standalone position, and then obviously if nobody does, then I'll continue to do the position. But yeah, that's basically it.
So the myself and Dave have kind of talked a little bit. Quinn, I've talked to you about it as well. So we're going to, for now, Dave is going to still hold his position, but I think what we're going to do is repost for quartermaster, and I think just seeing what really needs to be done with that position. I think that we may need to look at 2 quartermasters, maybe 1 from each house. The company officers do a great job as well, helping Dave out, but to really register, serial numbers, looking at our gear, looking at, what really needs to be bought or what is outdated and needs to be surplus. You really just need two guys there all the time. So, with the chief's permission, the other chief's permission, I'd like to look at that posting from last year, I believe, and just update it and add 2 instead of 1 quartermaster. So I don't know if we want to vote on that or we want to just go ahead and move with that. What's everybody's feeling?
I'd say just move ahead with it. Shouldn't need a vote. So it's just an appointed position by the board.
All right. So the only change we're really going to make on that is going to be, instead of 1 quartermaster, we're going to have 2.
Yes.
Okay. One other quick thing is the department is going to be getting rid of Firehouse software. I know everybody is probably flabbergasted about that. We're going to be going to a new documentation system called emergency reporting. I'm in the process of getting that all squared away. I'm waiting on a W-9 from the company. They were off for 2 weeks with Christmas and New Year's. I talked to Michelle Chase, who is our representative, and she's going to be getting me the W-9 so that I can get that to Tommy and we can complete that PO and then start transferring over all of our information from Firehouse software into emergency reporting. I know most of you have sat on at least one of the webinars with it. Definitely a nice program. It's much more user-friendly, Wi-Fi compatible, so you don't need to be logged into a computer at the firehouse. You can use it right off your iPhone or your iPad. Everything seems in place as far as transferring it over. The one thing that they cannot transfer over is going to be training records. So we are going to have to do some importing as far as training records goes, which some people may think is a difficult thing, but I actually think it's a good thing because some of those training records are a little outdated. So to refresh that might be a good thing. What I'm going to do is come up with a standardized form, the firefighter's name, ID, and all their certs. This way, when we go to somebody's name on the computer, we can just basically check the boxes and get those certifications up to date. So again, another long process. So bear with me. Once the transition starts to happen, I think it's going to happen pretty quick. But that's kind of it on that. As far as Firehouse software and reports, we're down to about, I want to say 10 to 15 reports that still need to be put in the computer, and we are good for 2020. Once those 10 to 15 reports are done, I will email the captains. They can start working on the tax abatement based with the numbers. And I will email those 2020 reports to the state of Connecticut for the state's use, the NIFRS reports.
They're not going to pick it up, are they?
What's that?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you, sorry. So once we get that done, I'll get that out to the captains, just to let you know that it's done. All right. Any questions on that? I'm sure once we get moving with the, once we get moving with the software, we definitely will have to have some workshops, whether it be Zoom or if the firehouses are open. So once we get that done. Chris, did you have anything under repairs and maintenance other than the springs for the ladder, or we're good there?
The springs have been, the spring pins have been replaced beginning of the week. So that's already back in service. I have a couple of small outstanding things on 15 and 16. Just waiting for opening at Gallons a Night. Other than that, just been, spot breakdowns here and there. All annuals are done, everything's passed, and we're in good shape for the rest of the year.
Excellent. All right. Let's see where we are here. Is there any other public comments? Any public comment? Marie, you're on mute.
I know it's because I had Alana down here and she was starting to scream about the whole junior thing. So I had to make sure I was on mute for that. Having another teenager here. I just wanted to say that, 2020 was a difficult year for all of us. And I have to give a big shout out to the Seymour Fire Department. You guys have come through, you've made people smile in times of despair. I've seen the parades that have gone on, the smiles from the young at heart to the young in age. And for a tiny town, you guys have a huge, huge heart. And I just want to say that I'm so proud. I was always proud of the Seymour Fire Department as a Board of Select member. I was proud of the Seymour Department as a deputy for a selectman. And as the first select woman, I am so proud of this department. You guys really stepped up and made a lot of people smile. And it's just nice to hear when you get praises on Facebook or emails to your office or phone calls to say how they made you smile. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And congratulations again, Quinn Levy. Again, oh, there's my favorite girl. Hi. Again, congratulations. I know you'll be a very valuable asset to the Seymour Fire Department. You have 3 great mentors to look up to, and I'm sure you all will work together. What did I say?
The whole bag.
I'm sure you all work together and continue to move Seymour forward. I'm glad that you guys have a capital plan, putting a capital plan in place. I'm glad that we have the strategic plan committee coming in to help you so that we can move the Seymour Fire Department further along the line and to continue to get better equipment to help you guys do the job you need. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you. As I said, Wednesday will be my first meeting. So hopefully, Anne-Marie, I'm not going to get beat up too bad at these. I've never been to one, so try my best. Is there any other public comment? Okay, hearing none. Executive sessions, I have none that I'm aware of. I would like to move on to item number 20, Chiefs Recs. I know I have a list. If nobody else has anything, I can run through them.
Hey, Chief, Jeff Cronin, I got one to add for you.
Okay, I have your J hooks on here. I don't know if that's one of them.
No, that's fine. But I was going to say, I talked to Port Account because they were on vacation for 2 weeks too.
Okay.
He did not get me the quote back for the fit test, but I don't know if you want to just kind of put a placeholder in your rec and maybe you can discuss it or shoot it down for the commissioners meeting. I should have a quote tomorrow for you.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. So just so everybody's aware, I apologize, I did not email this out. Our fit tester, Jeff was doing some fit testing for the firefighters that are going to be going to firefighter 1. And our fit tester is probably has seen the light of day. From the best of my knowledge, that came in when we first got the air packs from the grant, probably 23 years ago. So the machine has definitely done its job. We thought it was maybe just the software, but Jeff reached out to the company and the software is not even compatible anymore. So we may be in the market for looking at a new fit tester for the department. So
Yeah, just to let you know that it's 2005, but it's not supported anymore and they won't even qualify it. So
okay.
It's not even a question of even trying to fix it. Just to let you know.
Yeah, so what was the name of the company, Jeff?
It's TSI Port Account.
Yeah, something right there.
Okay. All right, Angela, do you want to do the recs and then I can either type them or you can email them like we've done in the past?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So just leave a blank for the TNS port account for fit testing machine. I'll probably have that quote by next Monday. Just let me know when you're ready.
Right.
I don't want to
I'm
go.
ready.
Okay. Two Streamlight scene lights for 541. Those are going to be going in FD3 and FD4's vehicles.
$1,082, two of
them. Jeff, on the J hooks that we talked about, do you want 15 or 8?
15 or 8, what? Which ones are you talking about? It's a bridle.
Yeah, for the J hooks with the chain and the J hook and the keys, do you want that to be 15 feet or 8 feet?
It's usually just 8 feet because you attach it to your cable and you get a bridle that got 2 J hooks on it.
Okay. So I have 2 J hooks at $70.
Now put it on the sign, so don't be sure to put it in because he wants to say it.
Well, I want to see if I get another one. I didn't take a picture, nothing of it. So
Angel mute.
for now that I'll find it.
Angel, you got to go on mute.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, so 2 J hooks, $70. That's going to be Firematic. All right, medium firefighter gloves, 8 pairs I want to do. It's going to be an assortment. We have no mediums left. We gave a bunch of the equipment out for the Fire 1. So 8 pairs, $74. That's going to be an assortment. Dave, you're good on smalls and large, right? Basically, we just need medium, correct?
Medium and extra large, because it's either medium or extra large. People don't have small and large hands for some reason. It's like a weird issue.
Okay. SCBA Scott masks. I know we've been talking about this. I got a quote from Shipmans, all sizes for AV3000s, $320 a piece. I know we are in desperate need of mediums. What else do you think we need there, Dave?
Large. I don't even think we have anybody in the department with a small. There might be 1 or 2, which I think we have smalls. I know a lot of the large ones are the ones that usually get beat up and in that closet. They're in the closet. Those are the ones that pretty much are no good.
Okay. So how many do you think we need? You want to do 6 medium, 2 large?
Yeah, we can do that for now. 6
All right,
medium.
so Angela, it's going to be 8 SCBA masks at $320 a piece, and that's Shipmans Fire Equipment.
Right, I got it.
SCBA. So in our budget, we put in for SCBA bottles. This was to put the other 2 bottles on the rescue truck at Citizens and the other 2 spare bottles on the ladder truck that we had not replaced. I got a quote from Shipmans, and this is just cylinders, not packs, for $13.05. So that would be 4 SCBA cylinders at $13.05. And that would make us, those 4 cylinders would make us 100%. So everything has a pack and a spare cylinder. And it puts the driver's pack back on the ladder. Or I should say the driver's cylinder on the ladder. The last thing I have, I need an assistant chief's tail for Mr. Levy for his turnout coat. And that is going to be from Firematic, and that is $50. Jeff, is there something else I'm missing? I know we talked about some equipment.
Mike, what was it for the turnout coat? I missed it.
It's going to be a name tag, an assistant chief's name tag for the back of Chief Levy's coat for $50. Jeff, was there anything else? We talked about something on the winch on 17, didn't we?
No, that was just the J hook bridles. There
Okay.
should be hooks in the chain, so you know they're just in a V bridle, but I think that was it.
Okay, because I know we talked about a couple things. I just want to make sure I had everything on the list here. If I'm forgetting something, just let me know, and I can add it before Monday night's meeting. All right. Angela, do you have a grand total for Rex for this month?
Not including the fit tester. I will double check my math, but it looks to be around $4,600.
Okay.
But I'll double check everything before I send it over.
Dave, where do we stand? I know, I'm sorry to blindside you here, but extrication gloves, are we 100% on those, or we need to order some?
No, we definitely need to order some of those. That's my mistake. I know a couple guys need them. We don't have to go, like last time we got the ones that say Hearst on them. We can go with what the least expensive one is. I know a while back, I think you said you had a specific set.
There was the Ringers extrication gloves. They're like 32.
We've had those in the past before.
Yep.
I don't know.
They're $32.68.
Okay.
What do you want? What do you want to do? 12 assortment of sizes?
Yeah, 12 assortment. Because right now, guys that say they need extrication gloves, I've been telling them just use your firefighting gloves for now. So
Okay.
yeah, I'll go in assortment.
12. Okay. So Angela, it's going to be 12 pairs of Ringer extrication gloves, assortment and size, and it's going to be $32.68.
Just to clarify, 3,268 or
No, $32.68 a pair
a pair. Okay.
for 12 pairs assorted sizes. No.
Gold line gloves.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if I could get $4,000 worth of gloves approved. All right. And I think that's all I have. Anybody else have anything? Chris, did you have anything on maintenance that you needed added in? Oh, do you have the quote for the radios?
Yeah, I emailed it to you and Tommy. It should be in your inbox.
Okay.
Hey, Chris, really quick, did the engineers from Great Hill talk to you about needing more magnets for the roll-up doors on 17?
Not since 17 went out for the DOT. They were Tracy supposedly fixed that. That was the last I heard of it.
Okay. Yeah, I was up there the other day, and they went out on a run, and they came back, and they were telling me that the sensor was going off inside the rig again. So.
Yeah, no, they haven't said anything to me.
Okay.
All right, I have a quote from Norcom for housing kits for the radios on 17. 8 units, and it's going to be $720. Angela, can you add that?
Yes, I will.
And I can, I'll forward, I'll forward you that quote.
Okay.
All right. Do you have just give me a total so we can vote on it when you get a second, please. You don't have to read them off or anything. We'll do the print off for the commissioners meeting.
Well, it's really rough math, but we were at 4,600. Just bear with me here. Take me a minute to do it. So again, not including the quote for the fit tester, you're around $5,800.
Okay. All right. Can I have a motion from the floor to approve the Chiefs Recs for January?
Motion made.
Second.
Motion made by Dave, seconded by Quinn. Do I have any discussion? Hearing aye, please signify by aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. That's all I have on the agenda, guys. Can I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Motion by Dave,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Levy. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, guys.